Hello children, we are in the third chapter, Atoms and Molecules. This is our last video for this chapter. In the previous video, we solved few numericals that were based on mole concept. Today again we'll continue with the same thing. Okay, we will solve few numericals that are based on mole concept. I hope you have practiced those numericals which we have learned. Okay, so we'll continue. So this will be a fifth numerical. Okay, let's read. Calculate the number of atoms of sodium in 3.2 mole of sodium. So over here what is given? Mole is given. 3.2 mole of sodium is given. And what we have to find out? We have to find out number of atoms. Okay, so from mole you have to calculate the number of atoms. Let's see how to do this. Now 1 mole of sodium, it will contain 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 sodium atoms, right? So how many atoms will be present in 3.2 moles of sodium? So for this what we will do? We will cross multiply. That is 3.2 multiplied by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So after multiplying we get the answer as 1.927 into 10 raised to 24 sodium atoms. Easy? Very easy. Okay. Let's do the next one, that is sixth one. Let us read the question. How many moles are there in 12.044 into 10 raised to 23 molecules of ammonia? So over here what is given? 12.044 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. It means capital N is given, that is number of particles, and you have to find out mole. In the previous sum what was given? Mole was given and you have to calculate number of atoms. Over here number of molecule is given and you have to calculate mole. Okay, so let's see how to do this. Now we know what is given. A number of particles, that is capital N is given. We have to find mole. Now for this there is one formula, right? The formula is number of moles is equal to given number of particles upon Avogadro's number. Now over here we know given number of particles, we know Avogadro number, right? Very easy. So substitute those values, put those values and find out. So now over here small n represents number of mole, capital N represents given number of particle, and N0 or N0 represents Avogadro number. So when we put those values, what we can do over here, we can cancel 10 raised to 23 and then divide. So after dividing we get the answer as 2 moles. Okay, easy sums. For this you have to practice. Let us start with the next one, that is seventh one. Calculate the number of particles in each of the following. First one is 46 gram of sodium atom. Okay, so what we have to find out? Number of particles. Now number of particles means what? Capital N. And what is given? 46 gram of sodium is given. So this is what? This is mass, right? So mass is given. From mass we have to calculate the number of particles. So let's see how to do this. First, what is given? Mass is given, small m, that is 46 gram, and molar mass is equal to 23 gram. Now molar mass means we know atomic mass of sodium is 23 gram. So 23 U, and when that 23 is expressed in gram, it becomes molar mass, that is 23 gram. Now for this we have a formula. The number of atoms is equal to given mass upon molar mass into Avogadro number. Okay, so over here we know given mass, we know the value, we know the value of molar mass, and we know Avogadro's number. We can calculate number of atoms. Yes, we can. So what we will do, we will put those values. So it will be, so over here number of atoms means number of particles, and that is capital N. The mass symbol is small m. Molar mass capital M, and Avogadro's number N0. Okay. So when we put the values, it will be 46 upon 23 multiplied by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Okay. So after this, when we calculate, we get the answer as 12.044 into 10 raised to 23. Okay, 23 atoms. Is it clear? Next one, same thing. Okay, it is same kind of sum. Calculate the number of particles in each of the following. B1, you have to calculate number of particles from 0.1 mole of carbon atoms. So over here what we have to calculate? Number of particles. It means we have to calculate, we have to find out capital N. What is given? 0.1 mole is given. Okay. So from mole you have to calculate number of particles. In the previous sum what was given? Mass was given, and from mass we found out number of particles. Over here mole is given, and from mole we will find the number of particles. Okay, so let's start. First we will write what is given. Number of mole, that is small n, is given 0.1. Okay. Now for this we have a formula. Number of moles is equal to given number of particles upon Avogadro number. Okay. So we will put those values. Now over here, do we know given number of particles? No, we don't. We have to find that out. We know Avogadro number and we know number of moles. Okay. So let us put the values. It is 0.1 is equal to capital N upon 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Now what we will do? We will cross multiply. Okay. So after cross multiplying, N is equal to 0.1 multiplied by 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. So when you multiply, we get the answer as 6.022 into 10 raised to 22. Clear? Next one, ninth one. Okay. Calculate. Now this is slightly different from what we have solved. Okay. Calculate the number of aluminum ions present in 0.051 gram of aluminium oxide. Okay. So what is given? 0.051 gram. So what is that? That is mass. Okay. So mass of aluminium oxide is given, and from that we have to calculate the number of aluminium ions. Okay. It is slightly different sum. Now there is a hint given. the mass of an ion is the same as that of an atom of the same element. So what it means in simple term, mass of atom is equal to mass of ion of the same element. Okay. Now over here atomic mass of aluminium is given as 27U. Now this aluminium oxide is a ionic compound. So over here that's why it's mentioned aluminium ion. Okay. So now first what we will do, we will find the formula mass of aluminium oxide. Now why formula mass? Because it is ionic compound. That's why I have written formula mass. Now Al2O3 is the symbol of aluminium oxide. So what we will do, we know atomic mass of aluminium is 27. Over here we have two atoms, so 27 multiplied by 2 plus we have oxygen. We know atomic mass of oxygen is 16 and over here we have 3 oxygen atoms, so multiplied by 3. So the answer we get as 102 gram. Okay. So the formula unit mass of aluminium oxide is 102 gram. Now I can say that 102 gram of aluminium oxide, it contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 molecules. So if 102 gram contains these many molecules, so how many molecules will be present in 0.051 gram of aluminium oxide, right? So for that what we will do, we will cross multiply. Okay, we will cross multiply. So when we cross multiply, it will be 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 into 0.051 divided by 102. Okay, so when we do the calculation, we get the answer as 3.011 into 10 raised to 20 molecules of aluminium oxide. Okay, so in 0.051 gram, these many molecules are present. Now we know one molecule of aluminium oxide. Why molecule? Because aluminium oxide is a compound. Okay, so we are using molecule. Now one molecule of aluminium oxide, can see it contains 2 aluminium ion. Okay, so it is 2 aluminium ion. If it is ion, that is why I have written it as Al3+. Okay. Now one molecule of aluminium oxide contains 2 ions. So how many ions will be present in 3.011 into 10 raised to 23? So what we will do, again we will cross multiply. So that will be 2 multiplied by 3.011 into 10 raised to 20 ions. So when we do the calculation, we get the answer as 6.022 into 10 raised to 20 ions. Okay, it is bit different sum than what we have done earlier. So children, practice it. Okay, I will come to the next sum, 10th one. Even this is slightly different from what we have done earlier. Which has more number of atoms, 100 gram of sodium or 100 gram of iron? Now over here atomic mass of sodium and iron is given. So you have to find out which has more number of atoms, 100 gram of sodium or 100 gram of iron. So first let us find out how many atoms are present in 100 gram of sodium and 100 gram of iron. Okay, so first we'll find out the number of atoms present in 100 gram of sodium and 100 gram of iron, and then what we will do, we will compare. So after comparison we will come to know which has more number of atoms. Okay, So now over here atomic mass is given as 23U. So when that 23U is expressed in gram, it becomes gram atomic mass. Okay, so it is 23 gram, and when I say 23 gram, it means 1 mole of sodium atom. Correct? So can I say 23 gram of sodium contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 sodium atoms? Right? So if 23 gram contains these many atoms, so 100 gram contains how many? So 100 grams contain, what we will do? We will cross multiply. So 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 multiplied by 100 and divided by 23. So when we do the calculation, we get the answer as 2.618 into 10 raised to 24 atoms. Okay. So these many atoms are present in 100 gram of sodium. Same method we will apply to find the atoms present in 100 gram of iron. Okay. Now we know gram atomic mass of iron is 56, and that is equal to 1 mole of iron atom. So I can say that 56 gram of iron contains 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 iron atoms. Okay, so 56 gram contains these many atoms. So how many atoms will be present in 100 gram? What we will do? Same thing, we will cross multiply. So it will be 6.022 into 10 raised to 23 multiplied by 100 upon 56. So when we do the calculation, we get the answer as 1.075 into 10 raised to 23 atoms. So now we know the atoms that are present in 100 gram of sodium and 100 gram of iron. Now next what we will do? We will compare them. So on comparison, you can see that sodium has more number of atoms compared to iron. Okay, that is 2.618 into 10 raised to 24. So I can say that 100 gram of sodium has more number of atoms as compared to 100 gram of iron. Okay, I hope you have understood this. It is easy but slightly different from what we have done earlier. Okay, so children, so with this we come to an end of this chapter, right? Please practice this numericals. So in this chapter we have learned, so finally we have done with the chapter, and what all things have we learned? Let us take a quick recap. So first what we have learned? We learned about laws of chemical combination. So there are two laws of chemical combination. Law of conservation of mass given by Anton Lavoisier, and law of constant proportion or law of definite proportion given by Joseph Proust. Okay. Then we learnt about Dalton's atomic theory. Then we learnt what are atoms, size of atom, mass of atom, that is atomic mass. Correct? Then we learned symbol of elements, modern day symbol of element, okay, given by J.J. Berzelius. Then we learned what are molecules, molecules of element, molecules of compound. Then we learned mass of molecule, that is molecular mass. Then we learnt about ions, okay, charged particles. We have positively charged ion and negatively charged ions. Then we learnt about ionic compounds. Formula unit mass. Okay. So for ionic compounds we use the term formula unit mass. Then we learnt about gram atomic mass, gram molecular mass and mole concept. And even we solved few numericals that are based on mole concept. Okay. I hope you have understood whatever we have learnt in this chapter. Please go through all the previous videos that we have done. Thank you, children.